Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. I made a Taiwanese popcorn chicken recipe 6 years ago, and many of you loved it. Today, I'm excited to share the Chaozhou version, which recently got popular in China. I'll walk you through my special marinade that makes the chicken savory, juicy, and tender inside. Then I'll explain the Chinese way of creating the ultimate crispy coating. So stick with me and get ready for these perfectly golden crunchy bites of chicken. You will need 500 grams of chicken breast. If you want, boneless chicken thigh also work. Cut it into bite-sized pieces. Marinate the chicken with half teaspoon of salt, a few shakes of onion powder, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 inch of ginger. I love using this ceramic grater. I don't remember how many times I cut my fingers when using a micro zester, but this one, it doesn't hurt at all, even if you rub your fingers on it. I'll link it in the description, you can check it out. Alright, add the garlic and the ginger to the chicken. Next, crack an egg and add just the egg white. Don't throw away the yolk. You can use it to make my General Tso's chicken. Now for the secret ingredient that makes this popcorn chicken special. Cantonese fermented bean curd. You will need 2 pieces. Actually, I find that this jar's bean curd is much bigger than the brands I used in the USA, so I'll just take 1.5 pieces. You may need 2 if yours are smaller in size. If you don't have access to buy it, the best replacement will be the same amount of Japanese miso paste, although they taste quite different. Since miso paste is also a fermented soy product, it will add that rich, savory umami taste. Alright, don't forget to take 1 tablespoon of the soaking liquid from the jar and 1 tablespoon of satay sauce. I know, satay does not sound like Chinese, but believe it or not, it is indeed a classic Chaozhou-style seasoning. What I'm using is a local brand called Shachawan, means the king of satay. But in the USA, most Asian markets will carry the Taiwan bullhead brand. That one works too. If you can't find it, check the link in the description and purchase it online. Continue by adding 1.5 tablespoons of apple juice. Just regular store-bought apple juice work fine. It adds a subtle fruity note and keeps the chicken extra juicy. Last, add 2.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and mix everything thoroughly. The flour acts like a glue, helping the coating stick better to the chicken later on. By the way, the fermented bean curd takes a bit extra effort to mix, so make sure you are aware of that. Alright, let's set the chicken aside and we're going to talk about the coating, coarse sweet potato starch. So why is it coarse? Because of the traditional way of how it's made. Sweet potatoes are browned with water to extract starch. Then the liquid is left to settle, so the starch sinks to the bottom. After that, the starch is dried and crushed without heavy refining, which preserves those larger, irregular granules. That rough texture is exactly what we want. It creates a crispier coating when deep frying compared to finely milled starch. You should be able to buy it in most Asian markets. Just make sure you pick the package that says coarse. For those of you who don't have access, I can give you 2 options. 1, you can check my sweet potato starch from scratch demo right here and make it yourself at home. 2, I can quickly show you how to use cornstarch and water to make a replacement. Start by adding a small amount of cornstarch into the water. Mix and add a little bit more as you go until you can no longer mix in more. Then you will get a little solid cornstarch dough. Crumble the dough into small bits and make sure to crush any larger chunks so the size is fairly even. Then mix these little pieces back into the remaining dried cornstarch. Check it out. It looks very close to coarse starch. Now you can use this as a replacement for coarse sweet potato starch. Alright, we're ready to coat the chicken. Add the coarse sweet potato starch or your cornstarch substitute into a mason jar. Drop in a few pieces of marinated chicken, about 5 to 8 pieces at a time so you don't overcrowd the jar. Put the lid on and give it a good shake. Take the chicken out and shake off any excess starch. You can also do this in a large plastic bag, but I'm trying to cut down on plastic use, so it's totally up to you. Set the coated chicken aside and repeat with the rest, working in batches. You probably need to do this in about 6 to 8 rounds. Once everything is coated, let the chicken rest on the tray for about 15 minutes. This gives them enough time for the coating to bond properly, so it doesn't fall off easily during frying. Now let's heat the oil. I'm using my hammered carbon steel wok, which is hands down my favorite cookware. It's super versatile, great for stir frying, deep frying, and getting that perfect sear and browning. If you're interested, check the link in the description and grab one for your kitchen. Add the chicken to the oil, but don't overcrowd the wok. If you add everything at once, the oil temperature will drop too fast and the chicken won't cook evenly or get as crispy. Gently move the pieces around so they don't stick together. Fry the pieces over medium-low heat for 5 to 6 minutes or until they turn a beautiful golden brown. Take the chicken out and use paper towels to absorb the excess oil. Use a fine sieve to scoop out the crumbs so they don't burn or affect the next batch. You probably need to fry in 3 batches. Normally, when I do deep frying, I like to double fry to reinforce the crunch. But for this recipe, it's not necessary because the chicken pieces are so small. If you fry them twice, the meat will dry out. That's why getting the coating just right is so important. It gives you maximum crispiness without overcooking. Alright, we're done deep frying. In China, we normally don't serve popcorn chicken with dipping sauces. Instead, we like to sprinkle some jiaoyan seasoning to taste, which will bring your popcorn chicken to another level. You can buy it from the Asian market, or you can check my previous salt and pepper rib recipe and make it yourself. If you insist on dipping sauce, I do have one. It's my favorite sweet and sour chili sauce, which goes perfect with this popcorn chicken. 1 tablespoon of lao gan ma, 2 cloves of garlic, minced, stir until fragrant. Add 2.5 tablespoons of honey, 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons of soy sauce, and 1.5 teaspoons of hoisin sauce. Stir constantly over medium-low heat. Once it's bubbling, turn the heat to low and reduce the sauce until it becomes thick, kind of like the syrup texture. I can't wait to try it. Listen to this. So crispy. Inside, the chicken is tender and juicy. The combination of the fermented bean curd and satay seasoning forms a unique taste that you just can't get from the regular fried chicken. It's that good. I hope you give this a try soon. As always, the printable recipe link is in the description. Go check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more easy and authentic Chinese food. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!